Hello, everybody, and welcome to, I guess, a bonus Megamek. Even though we're sitting here staring at a Battlemaster in MechWarrior 5, it is all going to be related. Today, we're going to do a quick, short video before we're going to get a main video out tomorrow. But I had two kind of feedback requests, community engagement type stuff, and one request that I wanted to talk about today. And the first one is about. I kind of want to change up the color scheme in camo. I've been working. I went through and got MechWarrior 5 kind of set up. I really like what Von Bioms was doing as far as like visuals, and then kind of just wanting stuff for like visuals for screenshots and so forth. So I went through. I actually went into his website and actually went through and installed all of the mods that's in his his curated mod list, which took up a lot of yesterday. Which is it took up too much of yesterday, but it did happen and it's done now. But I started trying to just get some like more screenshots, kind of get away from some of the AI stuff I've been doing. Just get something better visuals for like our intros and also from other stuff we're going to end up doing. But the problem I'm running into is the black really blends in. It's hard to see. It's hard to make good screenshots with the black, because what I initially wanted to do was black, white, and gray or silver, which is what I've done here. And in my head, I like it. It's just not working out very well. So this is what it looks like actually out on the field. We're going to look here in a minute at the the mech bay itself to get another look at it. But also earlier in the background, you kind of see we have a stinger. This is something that was added in with we're not using MekHQ for this. We're actually using yet another MechLab, and there's all kinds of like new. There's all kinds of new ones in MekHQ as well. But I've not seen a stinger. I've seen wasps running around. I've not seen a stinger since I guess opened up the third edition box set. Way back when. So it's really cool kind of to see this little stinger here. So I kind of want to see it, but I also kind of see the colors because we have stingers in our lance in our company. So I kind of want to see it, and it's also kind of an example of how the same scheme kind of works on two different mechs. Sometimes it works a little bit better on others, but let me go ahead and get this fast forwarded into the mech lab. All right, now here we're in the mech bay here, and you can kind of see what pattern I've kind of started with. The pattern I kind of chose to use for screenshots it's called, I believe, Platinum pattern, and it's a very simple color code to do. You have black, which is all zeros, white, which is all Fs, and then I kind of I try to go for silver, but kind of a gray color, which is all Ds. Really easy for me to set up and go from mech to mech to mech and put in. I've also saved this as a preset for myself. But also, as you see here, in the mech bay, it looks a little bit different than on the field, which is kind of why I wanted to show you in two different ways. But the part of the mod list I've got here from I keep calling him Von. His name isn't Von Bioms. It's just that's the mod I know him best by. He's Von Sutton. I don't know. I'd have to look it up. One second. Let me go look it up. Von Sutton is who you're looking for. He's the mod author. He does several other mods too. There's one of them I'm actually really interested in looking into, which kind of turns the game into almost a mech commander type thing, which I know has been a mod before, but I'm very interested to see his take on it. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. If you look him up, find his mod list, you're going to have the same kind of extra armor camo patterns that I have here listed here. What I'm wanting from you guys, just give me suggestions. I'm wanting to kind of eliminate some of the black, just because it doesn't make for good screenshots. When a mech is mostly black, it just kind of blends into itself and it blends into its surroundings. Which I guess for camo purposes isn't too bad, but we're trying to make something look good here. So when you're recommending colors, you don't have to go into a whole lot of detail. If you just like, hey, I like this color, this color, this color, let's try that. We'll try it. You don't have to give me anything else. If you do want to give me the hex numbers, that would give me some very precise color you want me to try out, which is also completely valid. I'll try that out. If on top of that you want me to try, I like this color with this pattern, we'll do that. You just go into, find the pattern you like, find the color you like, let me know, I'll try it out. One thing to note on the patterns, though, well, there's two things to note on the patterns. One, if on some of the custom mechs, not all patterns are going to be available. So that's really more of a screenshot issue, and also more of a screenshot issue is sometimes a pattern looks great on like all the mechs except for like these two. For whatever reason, it looks really weird. I'll play with that. I want to make something look good, but just go ahead and give me your feedback. Let me know what you want to see, and we'll probably do a video showing all of them, and I'll choose one we go forward with from there. So let's go on into the Megamek portion now. All right, and welcome to Megamek and release MekHQ. I pulled up the full edited details for Foolish Bear here, just because he was already who popped up when I loaded up MekHQ because of showcasing him last video. As far as that goes, as far as the poll, that's still ongoing. As of the recording today, it's rules as written is winning. And as a caveat, if this ends up tied the vote, rules as written is going to get the tiebreaker, because that's kind of where I was leaning before I decided to do the poll. Also, I should mention on the poll, I'm going to have a cutoff date be next Sunday, which for future people, that's going to be September the 29th of 2024. So, get your votes in by then. It's in the community tab. It's the last poll. Well, it's not the only poll, but it's the last poll I've had up there. So, as for what we're doing here today in MekHQ, is the reason I pulled these up is I want to add you guys into the game, and you can go into as much detail of this as you want to. I'm going to basically randomly assign you to someone. Right now, I'm prioritizing like about 3 or 4 mech warriors, one of which is an elite mech warrior. So if you want to get in on that and be one of our elite pilots, get in early. But if all you want to say, hey, I want to be in it, and you don't want to add any other details, I'm probably just going to say use whatever your YouTube name is, and I'll either put that as a nickname, or if it would work for a normal name, I'll put it up there. But as far as you have your name, you have 4 fields, so you can kind of go first, middle, last name, and a qualifier. And before I get too much into more detail, if you don't give me the details, I'm going to either use what it randomly generated or randomly generate something myself. So, which is fine. It's no big deal. If you don't care, we'll use roll the dice. I'm that way a lot of times. Just roll the dice and tell me what happened. I'm perfectly happy with that. But a nickname, it would also be your call sign. It can be whatever you want. Caveat, within reason of TOS and nothing rude. But the call sign is also something that actually pops up in MekHQ. Like when I go to that unit, it'll have their name there as the call sign as who that is, and it really helps me identify who's who when I'm doing Megamek. You can change the gender. Male or female is the only 2 options available. Origin faction, you can be from wherever you want. I don't care. Again, I guess another caveat, it can't be something so nonsensical. We are in 3000, so any faction that doesn't even exist yet, and also nothing clan related, obviously, because that wouldn't make any sense. Origin system can be whatever system you want within that faction. We'll work on that. It cannot be a clan personnel, obviously, because we're in the inner sphere. Birthday, I'm not going to change the year of whoever I assign you to, but if you want to have like a certain month and date be your birthday, I can do that. Toughness, fatigue, we're not going to mess with that. Education, we're probably just going to leave with whatever randomly rolled up. So we're probably not going to mess with that. Loyalty, we're not going to mess with. Original unit, we're not even using that system. Founding member, if you end up being a founding member, which is as of right now is actually just the techs and support personnel, which you can choose to be one of them too, if you want to be. If you say, hey, add me in, I want to be a tech, or I want to be one of the HR people or whoever, I will do that. That's perfectly fine. And a lot of those are still founders. Odds are, if you don't specify what you want to be, I'm probably going to make you a mech warrior or a combat personnel of some sort. But if you do specify, hey, you want to be over there, then odds are you're probably going to be a founder member, and also you're not in combat, so odds are you will be around for a long time and not get killed. Going back to actually, if you are a combat pilot or in combat somehow, you may well die, as Foolish Bear has demonstrated. And I'm just going to roll with it. A lot of the fun of this is kind of getting the emergent gameplay, emergent storylines that I'm going to be rolling with as far as the narratives. I have ideas of stories I want to tell, but if the game decides, hey, we're not doing that because you got headshot with a PPC, well, we'll roll with it. So the only other two things I would ask of you is optional things you can do. You don't have to do this. Give me a personality, and I will fit it into the personality types here. Or if you want to go into MekHQ and go into the edit screen, it's under the GM tools, edit any personnel, you'll see this, and you can see all of the options you have here for aggression, ambition, greed, social, and quirks. If you want to get something very specific there, I will use whatever you tell me to put in. Intelligence is the only thing I'm just going to leave is whatever random chance for whoever you get assigned to, because that one actually does have a little bit of a game effect. And then if you want to give me a little bit of a background, it is my intention to actually do little vignettes of the founders first, but then eventually all of the pilots say, here's this pilot, introduce him, kind of give a little bit more of a formal introduction to learn who they are. And if you give me a little bit of a background to them, I will add that there. If you don't give me a background to that, I'll figure something out, but odds are it's probably going to be pretty generic because I'm not Stephen King over here, That's kind of as far as this screen goes. The only other thing I would say is for portraits. What I've been doing for everybody is just kind of using AI, DALL-E, to generate these portraits. If you want to go that route, which is the easiest route for me, just give me kind of details of what you want them to look like. You don't have to be a cowboy. You can look however all I ask is that you look like somebody, human, nothing nonsensical like a robot dog or something like that. And if you want to use something else, a portrait, let's try to steer away from like super copyrighted stuff. Let's steer away from cartoon characters. I want it to look kind of similar to everything else we're doing. And also let's kind of stay away from real world figures, like no Elon Musk's or Kamala Harris's or anything political, or let's not destroy ourselves here. Let's just steer well clear of that. But otherwise, and if you already have a portrait made that would make sense for this, we'll use that. And if you want to commission artwork yourself to have that done, I will use whatever you commission. I mean, you spent the money on it, and heavens, I'll use it. But when I'm generating the portraits, I actually generate like a full body, so I can actually pop them up into the scenes, which you've seen me do. So if you do give me just a generic picture, I might not be able to do that. Like something you find off the internet or whatnot, or if you just generate an artwork, if it's only your portrait, your head up, that would be. But yeah, you can do. I mean, it's AI. It figures it out, and I'm not going to use necessarily the first thing it generates. I've been doing lots and lots of hand-to-hand combat with AI, and it kind of leads me into like the last point I was going to make on all this. Kind of the last request. It's been my experience working with AI the last couple of weeks here, is if you want something done, if you have a vision for something and you want it to be very specific, and you want I like this and let's tweak it, let's do it this way, you need a human. If you want it to be perfect, you need a human. If you're willing to accept good enough, and you have no money like I have no money, AI is great for that, but it does not like to iterate on itself. So that kind of, like I said, that leads me to the last thing, the symbol for or have PPC will travel. I was trying to get it to generate something, and I knew it wasn't going to work out very well because getting it to draw a battle master it did draw something pretty cool, but I iterated on this and iterated on this, and I finally decided on good enough. I really did like this design, a lot of these elements, but it wasn't what I was exactly after. So that's why the request I have, if you guys know of an artist that actually would work, would be able to redesign this symbol, or somebody that does mech work, because the artists I normally would turn to, they don't really do mech work. They do more cartoony or human personalities. The one I normally go to, she's actually ill, and also her tablet's broken. I can't afford to buy her a new one. Otherwise, I would, because I would love to have her be able to do it. But the only other artist I know of, she's very busy, and also, like I said, doesn't do the mic work. So if you guys have any recommendations on who I might be able to get a hold of to kind of do a little bit of a redesign on this, get it more, like I said, perfect to my vision as opposed to good enough. So I would very much welcome any recommendations you might have. So is there anything else? No. Well, I guess sort of. This is like I said, going to be a little bit of a bonus Megamek episode. So we're going to do a real full episode. I hope to get that out. I hope to get it finished up tonight and out tomorrow. I spent all day yesterday kind of getting MechWarrior Online, all the mods working together. I've spent way too much time on that. But so I'm a little bit behind on getting the videos out. My goal, as far as that's concerned, is I want at the very minimum to get one out a week. But I also am not happy with one a week, because it's going to take us forever to get anywhere to do anything. For this week, my goal is to actually finish up this battle by the end of this week. Eventually, I want to, as I get more experience with this and get more used to doing this, I want to work our way up to having at least 4 a week. So be patient. I find with my job, I really just don't have time to work on this during the week. By the time my shift itself is about 13 hours, and by the time you count for like travel time and getting ready and getting stuff all together, it's about 15 hours of my day doing that. So I have basically 1 hour to myself to do anything during the week. So it generally isn't going to be this, unfortunately. So for now, we're looking at 2. We're also going to be doing some more condensing of episodes to get more done in an episode. And I keep coming up with new things I want to do, and it takes more time away from it. But I think the end product ends up being a little bit better. So that's a big problem. I keep saying, I would love to do this. Even like I got all this MechWarrior stuff MechWarrior 5 stuff set up. It's like, man, you can do co-op with this. We can do a campaign. Man, I'd like to do a campaign. Wait, I don't even have time to do my MechWarrior. I don't have time to do my questing on the road. That's way behind. I know a lot of you probably don't care about that, but I care about it, and I want to do it. But I don't know. I need to like rein myself in a lot better than I currently do. Oh, that's future problems. For now, I need to go ahead and get this video finished up and move on. So we'll have tomorrow. We'll have a regular episode, and we'll keep going from there. So until next time, crash and burn.